Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Bess. Let me introduce you to one of Bess's students. This is Tam. She's a normal everyday student living a normal everyday life. She's a nice student who likes to help anyone with their lesson, specifically math. Here is another student from Bess. His name is Charles. Uh-oh, he looks like he's having a bit of trouble with the laws of exponent. Let's see if someone could help him out. As you can see, Miss Catriona has helped Charles to understand the problem. I know you're all wondering, how did Miss Catriona solve this equation? Well, that's why I'm here. Let me help you out. So here is the problem. We have a square right here. When we have a square in a outside of the parentheses, we have to transfer this square to the numbers and letters, or variables as they call it, inside of the parentheses, like so. Now, since it's a square, we don't do normal multiplication, so we do 7 times 7, which is 49, while in the variable we do normal multiplication. So let me write this down. 49 x squared right here, or shall we say 2 times 2 is equal to x4, while y cubed right here is 3 times 2, which is 6, and z, is 2 times 9, which is 18. This is how we got the answer, by multiplying this and these. Let's go back to Tam, shall we? Here we go again. Charles is having a bit of trouble. Let's try and help him out. And here we have the problem Charles was having trouble to solve. And you're probably wondering, what is this kind of equation? Well, let me tell you, it's a rational equation. So, what we're going to do is to write down a radical symbol and put 64 in there, and you see the number 2 right here. It's going to be invisible since it's 2 and square they're practically the same, and the 1 would be invisible because there's no such thing as a 64 powered by 1. So and now we just solve for the final answer, which is 8. You're probably tired of from listening from me, so let's go to a bit of a recess on this video. Well, let's go back to the topic that we're on right now. Well, here is another example from grade 9 math. We have another problem right here. This one is called adding radical expressions. So if the x or the radicand, you don't need to mind that. This is practically normal addition, so it's practically 6 plus 7, which is 13, and you just copy the square root of x, and that's your final answer. Pretty easy, right? We have 2 hardworking grade 9 students. Alright, this is Sophia. Looks like she's having a bit of trouble. And this is JB. Looks like he's having a bit of trouble as well. Well, let us help them. Alright, now this is Sophia's, equation. She's having a hard time with this. And you're probably saying or thinking, What is this? It's a zero. Yes, it's a zero. So it's basically just another one of those powers. Not the superpower kind, okay? So, we have 18. So, and you're probably wondering, what does this zero have to do with the variable x? Well, let me tell you. Anything that has a power of 0 is equal to 1. See? And this is just 18. So let's go down here with JB's problem. And you're probably wondering as well, what is this impossible equation object? It's actually quite, kind of simple, but also hard. So let's do this first. 64 right here. The square root of 64, as we've answered already, is 8. Don't judge my handwriting. So next we have the cube root of 8, and you're probably wondering as well, what's a cube root? It's practically a square root, but it's 3. So anyway, so this is the cube root of this is 2. That's your final answer. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and I hope you enjoy the bloopers as well. Bye.
Pinost ko lang.
Video.